Ashe, my God, Chris and Kings, Ashe Banavara Masedi. Let's give a few spiritual teachings based on this comment. If you tried in prayer, snuff, and traditional beer ways, but still no connection, then what are you supposed to do? Okay, so let's address some things, ne? Remember that only communicating with your ancestors through physical, like using tools like snuff, prayer, traditional beer, and all those other things, it's just part of another form of communication. It's just part of another form of connection. Because remember, if internally you are still struggling with a lot of things, you're an overthinker, you're always in your head, you have problems, you have a lot of emotions and all that, and even if you connect with your ancestors using certain tools, it might not work in your favor. You understand? It's not one-sided only. Remember that you might find that yes, you do connect with them and they can show a form of connection, but because of you haven't internally aligned, or your spirit is still trapped in certain areas like emotions, overthinking, problems, physical things and all that, it might be hard for you to even realize that there is a form of connection or there is a form of communication between you and your ancestors. You're just too distracted. It's either you're too distracted or too ignorant, or there's just a lot going on in your life. You understand? Remember that you shouldn't only focus on connecting with your ancestors in that manner only, but you also have to put in a lot of work internally. You understand? Spiritually, you have to put in a lot of work. You have to work on yourself. If you want to be able to understand or you want to feel the connection, you also have to be high vibrational, meaning that, sorry about the running nose, meaning that internally you're supposed to be also okay. It's impossible for one to feel the connection between them and their ancestors if you have a lot of things going on and if you are too distracted. You won't feel a thing or you won't see a thing because you're too distracted and you're all over the place. You understand? So even if you put in the work, even if you go through the process of initiation, even if you do all the physical things outside of you, you won't feel the connection. You won't feel anything. You understand? They are there, but because of you are no longer connected to them due to distractions, or you are no longer aligned with them due to distractions in this physical life, it's impossible for you to identify that your ancestors are communicating with you or there's a connection. You understand? So all those things that I've mentioned are for you to find a way to connect with them. But if you spiritually are not connected and you only want to use tools and physical things to connect with them, it's just, it's just half of the job. There's a lot of things that go on into spirituality, and we don't only look at the things that we do, but you also have to do a lot of work internally. Sorry about the running nose. I have a running nose. I have the flu. But what I'm trying to say is that as much as you're connecting with them through candles, prayer, traditional beer, and so forth, make sure that you're also doing internal work. Make sure that you're also healing. Make sure that you're also working on overthinking. Make sure that you're working on understanding who you are, where you come from, and so forth. If you want to connect with your ancestors, also learn to connect with your soul. Also learn to do some soul searching to know who you are, where you come from, to understand where you're going. Or else whatever that you're gonna do it's gonna be all in vain. It won't matter, it won't make sense, it will just be half of the job. You understand? Ashe.